Radio Ronin Show is on the air.
You hit like a pitch that vibrated the entire room.
It's not as high as the Aha guy singing "Take on Me," but that's my.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I'm
though.
being a ghost. I'm feeling it, man. I'm all the way feeling it tonight.
Right?
Yeah, I may have felt that a little bit in my lower extremities, Chunga. When you started that, I got a little excited. I might add here.
You get a little ebony.
It was in the Charlie Browns. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be scary, Panda. It's not supposed to turn you on. It's supposed to be scary.
Well, can it be scary and turn me on at the same time?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
I've learned that from a lot of movies. So yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome. Man, it's fall weather is upon us. It sounds like from what. Oh, by the way, I'm Chunga. Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey,
Chandler, way cool Jr. Chandler Smith, right over there.
How's that one?
That was good.
Was that all right? Is that okay?
It was half-assed. I know you were just making fun of me.
Just a little bit.
And our ruby-haired gunslinger over here, his name is Gregg Pascal.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Really? That was great.
I'm all the way feeling it because the weather is crappy. It's raining here in Vegas. It's dark, cloudy. It looks we're on this Summerlin is in kind of an interesting part of town because we can look out over the valley, and when the clouds roll in, it looks like when Indy's about to go down into the well of souls.
Okay.
The guys are all digging
it's
and
all swirling.
That's kind of what it looks like, and it looks like that out there tonight. So I'm definitely in the mood. And then Greg, we get in the feed here, and Greg is like, "Oh, you guys, this is the best day ever because it's cool, it's not hot, and it's feeling very Halloweeny. It's feeling very fall-y. Is that
really
a word, fall-y?
Like it feels like fall outside right now because, I mean, granted, it's still a little bit warmer than the fall weather that I love, which is like maybe about the mid to upper 60s.
Right,
but still, it's much cooler than it has been. And we've got the storm clouds outside. It's been raining off and on all day.
Oh, man.
And it feels like fall.
Yeah, and you got your Halloween lights going.
I do.
Everybody in Vegas is freaking out because it's going to get down into the 60s tonight, and that never happens this time of year. This is highly, highly weird. Yeah, it's weird.
It's 75 right now, and I'm like, I'm freezing, so I threw on a hoodie and joggers. You know what I mean? At 75, I'm like, who have I turned into? I'm one of those people now. Yeah.
All right, so let's get the show going here. It's going to be. We've got a great show. We've got some ghost stuff. We have some ghosty stuff on the show. We have some. Let's see. We've got. We're talking about. Them naked girls.
We're
talking about them naked girls.
It's a good start already. I'm here for it.
We've also got some movie stuff, and we're going to do. We need to kind of reset the clock a little bit. I've now stepped on my microphone like 7 different times. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what my deal is. I've almost hit myself right in the kisser like 7 different times, like stepping on the. So anyway, we're going to reset the clock with the Chunga Poll. So we're going to do Chunga Poll shout outs. So we've got a new Chunga Poll because we got everything out of whack because we missed the show.
Yeah.
And then Greg's Halloween movie shout out. So lots of stuff to talk about on the show for your Thursday. So listen, get some thought juice, sit back and relax and enjoy a fall episode of the Radio Ronin Show. An early fall episode. Show today brought to you by Quench It. As always, Quench It makes every day better. Do they have anything pumpkin at Quench It?
I hope so.
I think they might have a pumpkin cookie. I think they might.
If I recall, Angela, you got to let us know. I do think they have some Halloween stuff, like some gummy worms and some dirt.
Oh, you know what, guys?
A spider ring, maybe a spider
ring, that kind of stuff. They do that. Dirt being the like Oreo crumbs, I think.
Yeah, right. I think we need to create an official Radio Ronin Halloween drink.
Oh, yeah.
That somehow involves cinnamon in the drink.
You want cinnamon in the drink?
I want
for Halloween.
For Halloween.
Cinnamon for Halloween.
I was thinking apple.
Well, because it's part of the pumpkin spice thing. You know, there's a little bit of cinnamon in there. Maybe Angela? Some nutmeg. You know, add some spices. Cloves.
What? Cloves in a drink? What's wrong with you?
Come on, man. Make it spicy. I want it to be spicy.
Angela, the man wants clothes.
Basically, I wanted to mix well with alcohol. That's all I'm saying.
He just wants a Bloody Mary. That's what he wants.
That's exactly right. Quench it, 611 North 400 Easton Lehigh. Quench it makes every day better. Quench it makes Halloween better.
Yeah.
Quench it makes fall better. The state fair, the Utah State Fair is going.
Oh, is it really?
You've got slippery slides, and goats.
Slickery slides
and goats.
Fall has arrived, my friends.
Yes.
And I could not be happier for it.
Oh, man, I'm so excited.
Really excited for it.
Yeah.
So, hey, by the way, speaking of Angela, happy birthday, evil twin. Woo!
Happy birthday!
How is it that Chunga and Angela are twins, yet Chunga's birthday is in August and Angela's birthday is in September? I'll tell you how this happens. Angela is lazy. That's how that's how I work.
Well,
really?
I was going to say she's a little bit cooler because her birthday is a little more aligned to fall than the hot dog days of summer.
Wait, what's her zodiac? What's September?
I think she's a Virgo. I think she's a Virgo. I'm a Leo.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say, why is this? Because Angela's late, but then that sounded weird. Oh, so we're like, no, we don't want to say it. So anyway, Riach. Happy birthday, Riach.
Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah.
So happy birthday, man. Woo, 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 woo.
Happy birthday to my dear twin sister, Angela Hammond. I love you, sis. I hope you have a great day. And happy birthday, Riach, my voiceover friend, Riach.
Yeah.
Who has actually performed, I think he's done voiceover work at Comic-Cons and stuff like that on panels.
Oh, really?
I think he has, actually.
Oh, nice. Well, round of applause. Round of applause.
Yeah. Happy birthday to both of you, and thank you to both of you for everything that you do to make this show awesome.
Oh, that's awesome.
I hope you guys have a great day. So we have a new Ronin TV episode.
This one's really, really fun.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool because I kind of just forgot I was recording for the most part.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm just singing away and just enjoying the show. We went to the big show in Vegas. Mm-hmm. We talked about it on the last show. Now we actually have a Ronin TV episode of it so that you can go with us to the show.
And it's funny, you filmed a lot more than I realized because you were sitting behind me, and so I was like, you can just see my head just bobbing throughout the entire thing. But you filmed like massive chunks of the show. Yeah. So if anyone wasn't able to go or is a huge fan of metal, please at least just check out the video because with your fancy Galaxy S22 Ultra, you zoomed right in on the stage and you can see everything. It's really cool.
Yeah, we were a ways back. I didn't care. For me, it was fun being a ways back because you got to see all the lasers and you got to really hear it. Right. A lot of times when you're up close, all you get is subwoofers and it's kind of a mess. And, it's hard to hear. So that was a little bit of a different experience for me being in the back. But I loved it. Oh, yeah. I thought it was actually great. And I could sit down from time to time.
Being able to sit was wonderful, especially because both Chunga and I we're in the older skew of the crowd there. While Chandler's like so young and spry, like he's up there with
just kept going,
just rocking out.
Yeah,
so I kind of chose prime placement because I was kind of on the other side of Chunga. To where the camera wasn't really focusing on me because I spent most of the time flashing the crowd.
You did. And flicking your tongue in and out like a snake.
Well,
which I don't know why
I was doing the snake move. I was doing the Axel snake move, man.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that was.
He kept tweaking himself, screaming, "I'm Stevie Nicks. I'm Stevie Nicks." I don't know what that was about. So in the video, this was, I didn't really think about this. I had been to Allegiant Stadium before, and I forgot that you, Chandler, and Gregg and Shannon had not been there.
Oh, no.
So I'd been inside before, and so the magnitude of the size of Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
I had already seen it, but seeing you and Gregg and Shannon all just like, wow, this is like a subdivision in here.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that big.
It was funny because we walked past and they had these blackout kind of curtains in front of the concession stand so that you could see the light show better. And I saw like a crack through one of the shades and was like, oh my gosh, what are we going into? Because I've never seen a show this size ever in my entire life.
You see that in the episode,
I start freaking out. And Panda and I are like, dude, like we had a bro hug about it.
It's really big.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really big.
I mean, and I did like a quick Facebook Live video during Poison's set for like the first 3 songs. Yeah, I was kind of sneakily doing it where I was just holding my phone up like I was covering my man boobs a little bit, where I'm just like filming it a little bit. And a lot of the comments as I was scanning over the crowd was, "Holy shit, that's a lot of people."
Yeah,
it was a lot of people, and there's been a lot of talk. I said this in the promo of the video about the resurgence of hair metal.
Yeah,
I think that is very much the case. I think people they're looking for a sound. Kids are looking for a sound that they haven't had in a while. And for a lot of kids, there were a lot of kids around us. You'll see that in the video as well. But for all the kids that were around us, I could tell that was their first time in a really big rock show.
Oh yeah,
as well. So it was really cool because it was the first for you guys. It was the first for them. What did you think, Chandler, about that?
I absolutely loved it. And the fun thing is, like, for me, rock shows, like the biggest venue I've really ever seen anything is in, like, let's say like Saltaire or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And arena shows and things like that, it's usually like for DJ shows that you and I are playing at or things like that. Do you know what I mean?
So what you're saying is if you are in a venue that size, you're performing.
It's usually you and I performing together doing, events and DJ stuff. And so we're usually kind of backstage and doing our own thing. And so being able just to see the light show and the lasers and just everyone singing along together, kind of in the back. I'm glad we were in the back for that very reason.
It was a little emotional, can I tell you?
I got teary-eyed several different times.
Yeah, there were a couple of different times where I was like, this is... it feels historic. I don't know if it is. There's been a couple of shows that I've been to in my life that ended up being historic shows.
Okay.
Like ASU, the Rattle and Hum, one of the Rattle and Hum shows. The kickoff of the Pop Mart tour, for example. I was there for that. There have been historic shows that I've been at that didn't really feel historic. This, on the other hand, felt very historic while we were sitting in there. And it could have just been because of the magnitude of the crowd and all the lights coming on the cell phones and everything like that.
Being the last show, too, of the tour. Like every band came up and mentioned that, which was cool.
Well, and it almost kind of felt like really that there was a sense of community there because, first of all, with everybody singing along to a lot of the songs, like I actually started to get a little choked up, admittedly. I did, there's a couple times where I'm like, I can't sing along because I'm kind of getting a little bit emotional at the time.
No, when I was panning, you'll see it in the video. If you want to go watch a video, it's on Ronin TV. I'm panning around while Poison is playing, and everybody's got their cell phones out. And the video doesn't do it justice.
Right.
Actually, let me walk that back a little bit. It kind of does. But what I don't know that it captures is that it was so loud. Everybody was singing so loud in that moment right there. You couldn't hear the band, really. And not only that, to me, it felt like it was much more than just that band and that song. To me, it felt like it was everybody that was just like, man, we have been through so much shit in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Everybody just wanted to be out and singing together. That's what it seemed like to me.
That's how I took it as well.
Like the Who's have gone outside around the Christmas tree on Christmas morning, and now they all wanted to sing. That's what it felt like to me.
That is dead on.
Anyway, you could go see it in the video. We captured a lot of that in the video. So,
man.
So, by the way, we have a couple of things. There's a couple of things I still want to update you on. Gregg had something very cool happen, and we'll talk about this here in a minute while he was on the trip. But I want to say a huge heartfelt thank you to Shannon and Maddie West.
Yeah.
Hey!
Shannon and Maddie, they were part of the Ronin invasion. Everybody was down here in Vegas for the show that we went to and Imagine Dragons and Macklemore. And they were in the second wave.
Right.
So they went to Sickies in the second wave of people that came through. And then they went to the show. They went and did stuff the other night, and then on that night, and then on Saturday night, they went to Imagine Dragons. And I got Shannon's take on it. She said the concert was fantastic. The place was absolutely packed. We were wondering if the stadium, Allegiant Stadium, would be packed for Imagine Dragons. It was. I found out they were selling seats for like $16 for like the last week. Trying to pack the stadium.
It was cool. They gave out the little like kind of a Bluetooth LED wristbands that everyone was wearing. So the entire crowd was lit up throughout the entire show.
Yeah.
And so she was showing some pictures and video, and it sounded like they killed it, which was awesome.
Yeah, I think for by all accounts, look, it's not my jam, man.
Right.
It's just not my bag, baby. Gregg doesn't like them any more than I like them.
Same here.
Well, and it's kind of interesting with that band that even though I don't really care for their music, kind of what Dan Reynolds, who's the singer of Imagine Dragons, where he's a big LGBTQI plus, however many letters they have in that thing. I can't remember. I've lost count by this point.
Right.
But, he's a big supporter of that community, and he's always doing stuff for them. And so I can at least appreciate that, even though I'm like, that damn Thunder song, man, I want to smack my head against the wall every time I hear it.
Well, as I was about to say, I'm kind of with Panda here. It's not really my thing, but boy, they were great friends to the end, and they were always at the radio station. And I remember talking to Dan and saying to him, I'm so glad you guys are here. This is fantastic. Thanks for coming in as much as you do. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. For me, every song is like 4 minutes of getting hit with a stick. But
you said that to him?
I did.
Really?
And he goes, look, I get it, man. Music is not... We had a long discussion, he and I, about that. He's like, I don't take that personally at all. The only thing I take personally is when people are like mean to you.
Okay.
Or they hate you because they don't like your music. And he's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Oh, is he really?
Well, everybody in that band is fantastic. They're all really, really good guys. And I wish him nothing but the best. I just don't like the music. And and I try to be as respectful as I can possibly be. Obviously, when I say, 4 minutes of getting hit with a stick, I do mean it. But with that said, I have an enormous amount of respect for those guys and what they do.
Yeah.
And everybody seemed to have a really, really good time at that show. All the Ronin that went down and went to that show. I haven't heard a bad review of that show.
No, neither have
I. And so I want to say a huge thank you to Shannon and Maddie West. We went to Senior Frogs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
And
got
we
some
got
nachos.
the nachos and the salad, and we had a great time. And then we told a lot of ghost stories because they want to go do some ghost hunting and things like that. So
they got us in the mood. Yeah.
They're getting ready for the Goblin Ghost Hunt. They're getting all tuned up for it.
I can't wait.
And it made me remember something. While Gregg was here, he had something crazy happen to him at the Luxor, and we didn't talk about it on the last show.
Yeah.
You had a massive paranormal encounter while you were asleep in your room at the Luxor.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience because the second night that I was there, I had gotten back to my room because, we had just watched some riff tracks and stuff that night before. And then it came to a point where I was just like, guys, I'm tired. Can I go back to my hotel now? You guys were holding me hostage.
I want to go home. So we took you back to your hotel. You were gassed out and you collapsed on the bed.
I had immediate. Yeah, I mean, in me, I'm naturally a night shower type of person because I like to go to bed clean. Yeah. So I normally shower at night, but I was so dead tired that night that I was like, I'll just shower in the morning. I laid, I changed into my jammies and I laid down and I was immediately out. And then I just woke up from a dead sleep, and because I have these beautiful dark out curtains in that room.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
When those are closed, I have no clue what time of day it is. So I grab my phone, I look at the time, and I'm like, 3:30 in the morning. Okay.
Which is the witching hour, the 3 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
So it's 3:30 in the morning at the Luxor. You're awoke. You're awakened. You're awoken.
Oh,
I'm awoken.
You're awoken. Thank you, Panda. You're awoken out of a dead sleep, right? You were really sound asleep. Okay.
Yeah, I was out, and I'm a very good sleeper. Like usually when I fall asleep, I'm asleep until my alarm goes off.
Okay. He slept through several songs of Motley Crue, just so you know.
That is very true.
Yeah.
That is not true. Dicks. But anyway, as I was laying there, just waiting to kind of drift off back to sleep, I hear a very deep male voice that's kind of, I couldn't understand what it was saying.
It was like gibberish, or was it trying to say something?
Yeah, it was just gibberish. It sounded like it was trying to say something, but I couldn't understand what it was saying.
Okay.
But it was a grumbly male voice, and at first I'm like, is somebody out in the hallway? Am I hearing somebody out there? But I'm like, no, that's coming from inside the room. And then it growls really, really loud.
While you're awake.
It's right in next to my bed. It's a very loud growl. And
okay, I'm putting this together in my head. It's 3:30 in the morning. You've got your blackout curtains pulled. You were exhausted after a night of running amok on the strip. So you sit up out of a dead sleep and you can hear a male voice kind of mumbling some gibberish at you. And you're trying to gauge whether it's somebody like outside in the hallway. And right about the time you realize that this gibberish, this mumbling is not in the hallway, it yells at you. Is that what you're saying?
Not yell, it growled. It was like growling. Yeah, like a really loud growl. Like a guttural kind of growl. And, you know, at that point, I mean, I've only had a very little bit of sleep and I got pissed.
You've been asleep for like an hour at that point was all. Yeah.
You don't wake up the panda.
Yeah. And I said, I don't need this shit right now. Off and leave me alone. And I said it out loud.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. And then it stopped.
It just
got up. Yeah. I got up and I turned the lights on just to check the room to make sure things were actually okay in my room.
So what do you think the gibberish was? Was it like okay, so you turn on the lights. Sorry about that. So you turn on the lights, everything's fine. There's no other voices, right? You just had that one thing happen. Else. You turn on the lights, everything else is fine.
I even went and looked out in the hallway just to make sure people weren't outside in the hallway.
I mean, because it's Vegas.
Nobody
you know
out
what
there.
I mean? Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you remember your room number? What was your room number?
It was on the 14th floor, and it was 523, I think, is what the number was.
So it would be 14523.
Yeah,
is your room number. I've done some searching since you went home, Panda.
Okay.
And I can't find anything. I have a theory, but it sounds like you have a theory of what this could have been as well, right?
Yeah, because as I've been kind of thinking about this incident, and as I've been going like, am I just crazy? I don't know. I could be crazy. Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. And then I watched a YouTube video about how the Luxor property is supposedly cursed.
You think that there are people?
We really?
Yeah, I've heard this. So
you heard this too?
I have, but they've been saying this almost since the construction of the Luxor. So this goes all the way back. This isn't a new thing.
I have to ask, because remember that fad back in like the early 2000s when people would wear the triangles on their head and it would give them like unholy powers? Do you remember that?
Johnny Batos.
Is it because it's a giant pyramid? Is that why?
Johnny Batos was doing that for a long time.
Is it because it's a pyramid shape? There's like some sort of like theology behind it?
I don't. Well, what did you read, Panda? First of all, what did you find out?
Well, let's not forget the person who kind of somewhat started that whole pyramid craze was Aleister Crowley.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, I mean, Ozzy Osbourne wrote a song about the guy, so there's some weird stuff going on.
Something going on.
I forgot that. So what did you find out?
So some of the things that I've heard, I mean, and of course, these are just theories. They're not anything that's been proven. But there's some people who say that, it once upon a time was Native American land that the Luxor currently sits on.
Yeah, just that part of Las Vegas Boulevard. Yeah. Huh. There was a camp there or something like that.
How true that is, I have no idea where any of that came from or if it's actually any of that stuff that I saw in the video.
Could that gibberish have been another language, maybe?
It's very possible because I heard it, but I couldn't understand it.
I have another theory.
Okay.
And I don't know. It might be too soon to even say this theory.
Oh. Okay.
So the people, October 1 is a big day here in Vegas. October 1 was the day. They call it October 1 here in town. That was the day of the worst mass killing in U.S. history,
right?
Which was the Route 91 festival in Mandalay Bay. A lot of people think the Mandalay Bay is haunted because of this. I've been in the Mandalay Bay hundreds of times. I've never felt anything ever. The Luxor, I have only been in just once, and it did feel weird to me. But it could have been. I fully disclose it could be like a placebo effect because I'm aware of some things that a lot of the general public isn't aware of. I don't know if people know this, but the grounds for the concert grounds for the Route 91 festival, where the guy was up in the Mandalay Bay and shooting into the venue, That venue is actually across the street from the Luxor.
Yeah.
It's not across the street from Mandalay Bay. Everybody thinks that there was this kind of, they were going to build like a second high roller kind of Ferris wheel kind of thing. It's partially constructed. Some poles are in the ground. They're not really doing anything with it. A lot of people think that's where the massacre was. It isn't. The massacre is actually across the street from the Luxor.
Yeah.
He was shooting diagonally out of the end of the Mandalay Bay, like at the end of the wing, and was shooting towards and across, like kitty corner from the Luxor, into that venue. A lot of people don't know that. And so I wonder if maybe you're not getting some sort of paranormal activity from the tragedy that took place at that festival.
Yeah,
it's entirely possible,
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, anything is possible because, I mean, paranormal stuff happens all the time.
Everywhere.
Yeah, like everywhere, any time of the day as well. It's just we don't notice it a lot of times during the daytime.
Because you're not paying attention to it.
Exactly.
Well, and one thing I was thinking of too is that's where the Titanic exhibit is in the Luxor.
It's it's in the pyramid.
Yeah.
Panda was in the tower, but ghosts do move. I mean, the Route 91 festival is across the street.
Even further away,
Even further away.
Oh, man.
So it could have been Titanic, or it could have been Route 91.
Or Native Americans.
It may not have had anything to do with the curse.
Yeah.
And they do say that the pyramid part of the Luxor is actually sinking into the ground.
Was it really?
But they've been saying that for years, and there's some truth to it. But it's only sunk a couple of inches.
Yeah, it's not like terrible.
No.
This is all news to me. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's interesting. So if people want to go stay in 14520, 523 or 528?
Yeah, 523. Yep.
Okay. That was Panda's room at the Luxor. You could request that room and see if you have anything paranormal happen.
There you go.
I mean, and who knows? It might be that entire floor could be, some weird stuff because, after I told it, to leave me alone, it left me alone. Because, I mean, who would want to mess with this, Especially because I was mostly naked at the point. At that point,
really?
No.
Did they think you were a werewolf?
On.
You were a were-panda. Is what you were. You didn't have jammies on.
Like you sleep with jammies on.
Gregg and his Pokemon PJs.
Dude, that is my jammies, dude. My body hair, that works perfect.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So hotels are weird because there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of passion. There's I had something happen. Really weird. I
remember this one.
I don't know if I told this story on the show before.
I can't remember.
I don't know if I've heard this before.
If I have, forgive me. If I haven't, forgive me. Because I had something really crazy happen in Hollywood once.
Yeah.
So I was I was out working in Hollywood and was staying at a legendary hotel on Hollywood Boulevard called the Roosevelt. The Roosevelt Hotel, you know the Roosevelt, right?
Fancy, sir.
It's a very fancy hotel, yeah.
The Roosevelt is, to give you some background, a legendary hotel. It was the site of the very first Oscars. And it's where Fred Mertz from Lucille Ball, I Love Lucy, he collapsed and died right in the front door of the Roosevelt. It's also where Marilyn Monroe lived for a long time. She lived back in one of the bungalows. So there's a pool area. They call it, I believe they call it the Tropicana. I think that's what they call it.
Nice.
And it's called the Tropicana, and it's a series of bungalows that are around this really famous pool where all these starlets used to sunbathe and all this kind of stuff. And I was in a bungalow that was just off of the swimming pool on the far end. And one morning I was woken up to like, you go girl, you can do it, Nat. You go girl. And it was like 6 a.m. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I go out there in my robe out onto my balcony and I look at Natalie Portman is in the pool doing water aerobics while all these little starlets were sniffing Snickers wrappers.
Oh, man.
Okay.
And I went downstairs. I said to the security guard, I was like, hey, what's going on? He's like, oh, it's Natalie Portman. She's training and getting into shape for Black Swan. Is what she's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I said, what's with the Snickers wrappers? And the security guard laughed at me. He goes, you've never seen that before? I said, no, what is that? He goes, they're having breakfast.
Yeah.
That's how they have breakfast. They go get a Snickers bar. They take out the Snickers bar, they throw out the garbage, and they sniff the wrapper. And that's how they have breakfast.
Working in the industry, I've seen that several times.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like,
this is my first time.
It just makes you sick. You're just like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
yeah.
That is a sad, sad life right there.
Yeah.
So it was the same. It was at the same point that I was there. This is on the very same time when I was staying in the Roosevelt. I remember this just tells you just what a slug I am. I was watching. I'm laying in my bed. I'm watching The Bourne Identity on the TV.
Yeah.
And I'm really tired. I've been working all day. I'm just really, really wiped out. And on the way home, I stopped at a convenience store and just grabbed some snacks, like you do when you stay at a hotel, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I grabbed like a couple 6-packs of Diet Coke, and I grabbed some snacks, some chips, and whatever. And I was eating a Twinkie.
Yeah.
And I'm watching The Bourne Identity. And I'm sitting on my bed eating a Twinkie. I was like, oh, man, I don't feel good. I'm really tired. So I was only halfway through this Twinkie. I sat it on the nightstand next to the bed. Mm-hmm. And as I'm laying there just kind of snoozing away. And then I hear this rustling. And you're kind of like half awake. You can hear the rustling, but you're not really awake. And I'm laying there. And I open my eyes to see the Twinkie start to move, and then it flew up in the air, and then it slammed on the ground, so all the whipped cream kind of went everywhere.
Yeah.
And I shot out of bed. It was out onto the balcony, like, what just happened? I was, out there in my skivvies, just like, what? What did I just see? So I went back into the room and I looked, and sure enough, the Twinkie is like splat. Flat on the floor. So it was almost like some ghost, Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, like some little starlet was mad. Some little
starlet was mad because there was junk food in my bungalow. And she picked it up and threw it on the floor.
They yeeted your Twinkie.
Like, what is this crap? They hated on my Twinkie.
Wow. Yeah, they're like, he's eating all these trans fats. Get rid of it.
Exactly.
Shut up, carbs.
And I checked out the next morning. I was
did you really?
I'm done staying here.
Do you know what time it was?
I like my Twinkies. I honestly can't remember.
Oh, okay.
It was before sunrise, so it was still dark outside. I remember just being kind of out of it, like not really sure if I knew what was happening
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean? Hotels are like that.
Yeah, well, and when that stuff happens, too, you continually question yourself, like,
oh, yeah.
Did I actually experience that? But no matter how you try to explain it, it's like, I can't explain this. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that, could it have happened? Of course. Could it not have happened?
So you didn't have it happen again for the rest of the trip. It was just that one day. And this was like your first night, I think, or your second night there.
Well, it was the second night there. And then after that, like I was almost expecting it to happen again. But I don't know if it was just because I was so damn tired the other nights when I would get back to my hotel.
Mm-hmm.
That I mean, maybe it was still there, but it's like, oh, this fat piece of garbage is asleep again. God,
the ghost is just screaming in his face for like 20 minutes straight.
It's gassed out.
Wake up! Sounded like Mudvayne.
Yeah, that's probably, maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe that did happen.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it could have. You missed it.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of bummed if it tried again and was just like, oh man, I'm gonna have to go tell my ghost buddies that I couldn't wake this bastard up.
Yeah, hotels are weird that way. Hotels are crazy that way. They
are.
I'm going to look into the Luxor a little bit more. I know during the Ronin invasion, a lot of you stayed in the Luxor.
Most of the people did.
I think Jim was there. I think Shannon and Maddie West were there. The Luxor, for those of you who don't know, there's a couple of hotels like the Excalibur and the Luxor are definitely two of these hotels where they're kind of they're lower on the expense side of things.
Right.
They're less expensive and they're massive. There's thousands of rooms in each. And I always tell people, go stay in the Excalibur or the Luxor. Why? Yeah. Because their rooms are impeccably clean, you're safe, and they're cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You're in a safe location, and they're clean. I've stayed at the Excalibur a number of different times.
Oh, so have I.
And they're great. They're fun.
Mm-hmm. And it's like you can get a room for what, like $79 compared to like if you go down the street to like the Cosmo, it's like $400 or $500 for the same night. It's like, I mean, it's so much easier.
Just picture it this way. Look, if you're looking for an affordable place to stay on the Strip, those are great hotels for it. Just don't expect luxury. That's all you got to remind yourself is don't expect the most luxurious rooms. Yeah, but still they're great to stay in.
When I was at the Excalibur, the room was very dated. It looked it looked like mid 80s.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, but I was like, what do I care? I'm sleeping in here. The bed is comfortable. The pillows are comfortable.
Yeah, you're spending no time
clean.
in it. Yeah.
With how
and the TV works.
With how little time I actually spent in my room, I'm like, I don't even care if this isn't but luckily, like staying in that tower at the Luxor, that room was actually pretty nice.
Was it really?
Hey, nice.
You stayed in some nice places, man. I remember your suite at the Mandalay Bay when you were here about a year ago.
Oh, my God.
And that was
that's
ridiculous.
Still one of my favorites.
It looked like Elvis lived in there.
It did.
I know.
Okay, let's totally shift gears. There's a story. I don't get this at all.
Okay.
Maybe our friends in Utah can help us out. The U game Saturday. There's two great mysteries with this U game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Why the hell were they playing SUU? First of all, my alma mater. Why were they playing SUU? Because that's seriously like a pro team playing a high school team.
72-7.
How did that happen?
It's a filler game. It's like, well, we need to fill out the rest of the season. Oh, let's just play this team.
Yeah, because that was it was embarrassing to watch. It must have been boring to be there, except for the two naked girls that tried to go.
Wait, what?
Body paint.
Oh, yeah.
How could you not have heard
this? Is everywhere.
This is national news, man. This has gone everywhere. This whole story is like, I saw it on ABC News.
It's making news all over down
it's
here,
everywhere.
Too.
It's all
How
over
did
here
I
in
miss
Vegas.
This?
Yeah.
So here's what happened, Panda. At the game, I guess there were two girls in body paint. They were wearing, I guess they were wearing like yoga pants or leggings or something like that, and they were topless.
Right.
And they were wearing University of Utah body paint like a dude would to go and cheer on the Utes. And people were aghast. People were horrified by this. And they walked right through security. Security didn't do anything. They made it all the way in. People were, slack-jawed and just stunned. And eventually they were asked by the police to cover up. The police went in there and said, hey, look, will you please put a shirt on? And they're like, okay. And they put on a shirt.
Yeah.
Not arrested. Nothing happened.
They're trying to decide if they want to press charges now. Is where it's standing. So
it's interesting. Yeah. It's interesting for me to watch this because we no longer live there. We're there a lot. It's still home. But I have a perspective of almost like an outsider now because it's been a little while, right?
Yeah.
It's been a year and a half, going on 2 years, and it's interesting for me to see a couple of different things. Opinions are all over the place on this. Some people are like, "What the hell? Leave them alone. Who cares? What's the big deal?" They've got body paint on. It's not like they were totally naked. Other people are like. They need to be drawn and quartered and exiled to some island somewhere that's full of lepers.
Right.
That we need to send them to the island of Molokai in Hawaii with the other lepers. They're just a complete outcast of society. Let me tell you what would happen in Vegas. If this were to happen in Vegas, maybe this will give you some perspective.
Yeah.
If there were two girls going to a Raiders game or UNLV game at Thomas & Mack or a Raiders game at Allegiant Stadium, those two girls would have been arrested probably a block to a half block before they even got to security.
Without
they would have been arrested without question,
immediately,
hands down, immediately. They would have been in cuffs and taken away with extreme prejudice in Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas is a crazy town. It's an outlaw town. They allow an awful lot of stuff here, but you don't ever want to screw around in Vegas because when you do, your life will never be the same.
They punish you really hard with the law enforcement here. I mean, they kick your ass.
Law enforcement is extremely heavy-handed. The punishments are extremely heavy-handed, and you wouldn't dare try something like that in Vegas at a football game where kids are going to.
Thing is, like,
you just wouldn't do it.
You know the different spots on the strip where it's like, okay, you don't want to go here, like kind of in front of the Link Promenade, kind of by Bally's.
Yeah, because there's basically naked people everywhere.
There's a bunch of girls in pasties, and you know that you expect that. But the thing is, like, if you go to an event where there's any sort of like kids,
families,
any sort of family event, there's no way in hell you're making it in past security. And that happened in Utah. They're like, oh yeah, come right through, and we were completely shocked down here.
Yeah, Vegas, so that you know, is totally shocked by this.
Yeah,
and it's funny because you've got the Strip. And the Strip is pretty crazy. But you know, when you go to the Strip, it's going to be pretty crazy. And so there's a lot of things that are allowed by that virtue, which is like, well, that's what happens when you come to Las Vegas. You have to expect that.
And there's a curfew at night. So, you know, the girls with the pasties can't come out until the curfew's instated for the little kids. And there's a lot of laws to kind of back this behavior up.
Young teens are not allowed on the Strip after, I believe, 9 o'clock at night unless you have a parental guardian with you. A lot of people don't know this. Why am I saying this? Well, because there's a lot of people that are like, oh, Utah is so prude. Utah is so prude. I can't believe that this would be a thing. Oh, no, it's a thing, and it is not a Utah thing. I promise you. Here in Vegas, these girls would have been in a serious amount of trouble.
It probably worse, honestly.
Now, the other side of it is this. I still struggle with this. This is something that I just don't quite understand. You can watch somebody getting their brains beat out on a movie. You can watch all kinds of extreme blood and guts violence on primetime TV every single night. God forbid you ever see a nipple.
Yeah.
Society has crumbled because you have seen a boob. That's something that we as a society just can't seem to get past. Look, this is just my personal opinion. I personally find that hilarious.
I'm with you.
I find it absolutely hilarious. I mean, I'm all for community standards. I'm all for, hey, look, when little kids are around, you just don't do this stuff. And you couldn't do that kind of stuff anywhere. These girls go into this game. If this were in Vegas, like I said, they would have been arrested before they ever got anywhere close to security. It never would have happened.
Yeah.
But the outrage. It's weird seeing the contrast on both sides because I kind of shake my head on both sides of things.
Well, it's like,
there's a duality to it. I get there's a duality to it because I'm kind of like put out on both sides of the argument.
Oh, I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
But it's like, have you been to Europe ever? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
it's so different culturally over there. I mean, Panda has tons of experience with this.
I mean, I remember when I was living in Greece as back when I was a good church-going Mormon boy and seeing advertisements on the side of buses which were topless women. You know, that was just the norm. And, and it's also because, and part of the problem, I think, in America is we tend to sexualize that stuff a little too much.
Oh, yeah.
That we don't realize that there is a natural beauty because I don't mind seeing, like, if a woman wants to go topless, I don't care. That doesn't bother me whatsoever as long as it's not sexualized.
It bothers me if she's not hot. Swing low, sweet chariots.
All natural, baby.
Oh, natural, baby. I don't want to see that stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, but it should be, it's just one of those things. It's like, well, that's a natural body. As long as I'm not like my tongue's hanging out, I'm getting the Aruga eyes going, to where I'm just like, oh, I can appreciate that. That's the natural form. That's good because you go to Europe. I mean, there's a billion naked statues all throughout Europe.
Yeah. Can I be honest? This is what I think about this. I'm going to be I'm going to be frank and very blunt. And it's probably going to make everybody mad.
Oh, I can't wait.
I think both predominant schools, BYU and Utah, are equally obnoxious and annoying on totally different ends of the spectrum.
I would agree with that, actually.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You have people that go to the game and enjoy the game for the spirit in which it's intended. The vast majority of these people do this at both schools. But in truth, you get these fringe people at both schools that just turn... You turn every single person that goes to those games that are a fan of those games into a total moron because of the way you behave.
Yeah, I mean, that's just fandom in general. Like, no matter what fan you are of anything, whether it's sports or geek culture or anything, there's always going to be those fans that just kind of... They're
ruining
it for
man.
Yeah. After all, we saw a dude dressed like Deadmau5 fight a 300-pound He-Man over an action figure at Comic-Con once.
That was the best part of my day, though. Hands down. That was amazing.
By far the best part of my day.
Yeah.
I would agree with you completely, but I think that most people take it to that level, and then you fans and BYU fans then go, hold my near beer or hold my beer.
Or hold my
vape.
Yeah.
They go to a completely different thing. Both schools do, and it feels like the whole state kind of has short man syndrome. They're all trying to kind of prove how not Mormon they are, or how Mormon they are, or how we're so metropolitan because we're going to drink beer and tailgate. And then you have all of this other stuff happening down at BYU, which is equally annoying and equally stupid. You know what I mean? And it's just to me, both spectrums totally rub me the wrong way. Yeah. I love watching both teams. I'll usually switch teams. Easy boy. I'll switch teams. I'll be a BYU fan one season. And then I'll be a U fan the next season. And then I just kind of gave up and I started watching both teams. I like watching both teams. But I mean, the fandom in Utah, not Utah fans, but the fandom in the state of Utah, I think is a pretty good barometer of how polarized and how just genuinely wacky a lot of the people in Utah.
Well,
you know what I mean? On either side.
Really, yeah. It really is that way. For the record, I watched every U game last season and I loved it, and I watched every BYU game last season and loved it.
It was a ton of fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it was fun. It was fun watching both teams. I love both teams. Love both schools. Nobody kill your boy because I have an opinion. But there really does seem to be this kind of each school is trying just a little bit too hard. This is a prime example of we're trying just a little bit too hard.
I'm going to drink beer and I'm going to show you that I'm drinking beer.
Show you. Look at me.
It's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
You're fine.
If those two ladies want my phone number, it's just contact us. I'll hand it to you.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it. All right. Well, listen, we've got. I've just pissed off every single person listening to the show.
Well, both sides are crazy though, so it's okay.
No, they get it though. If they listen to this show, they get it.
They should have gotten it a long time ago. If you're offended by that, you're long gone. Believe me, I know. I haven't listened to you for 4 years, but I pay attention to everything you do. All right. So we should say thank you to our producers.
Yeah.
Hey,
Let's say thank you to our mighty Radio Ronin producers. Thank you, each and every one of you, for your contribution to this show and these opinions.
Right.
You support them. Thank you very much to our Radio Ronin producers. They give us stuff to talk about. They are official producers of the show. They can use this as a job resume. Like an actual job on your resume,
which we do all the time,
and a job reference, and you can also put this on your LinkedIn. Thank you to our mighty Radio Ronin producers.
All right, so these are actually our super producers, so everyone's going to be $25 until I say otherwise. So starting us off, we have Andy, Guten Gleben, Glatschen, Globen, Dally.
Oh, nice.
Joe Elliott did the coolest transition during the show to kind of get into that song.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He really
I get chills
did.
thinking about it. Yeah,
it was cool.
Rad.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We have Jeremy James. Thank you, man. Joey Wakefield. We have Kelly and the Freeloader. Thank you, Kelly.
Yep.
Corey Richins, the New Day podcast with Angela. Thank you. And happy birthday to you, Angela.
Yep.
Let's see here. We have Shane K. Daniels Jr. Backup host here for us. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
We have Tire Factory Point as Tire and Auto Service and American Fork.
They're good friends down there.
It's going to start snowing. I mean, it's 70, 60 degrees there. So
it's on the way.
You never know. Yeah.
It'll hit very fast. The average first day of snow, November 9th. That's only that's only a couple of weeks away.
I remember trick-or-treating during Halloween like 90 times when I was a kid. Yeah. All right.
It's not that far away.
Let's see here. Also at $25 a month, we have Wookiee Noises in the Dark gave us Wookiee Pox.
Oh, now listen, you don't want. I picked those up in South Beach. Wookiee Pox, I got a case of those in South Beach. You don't ever want
You don't
those.
want the Wookiee Pox?
No.
That's so good. 2501, we have D-Dog and Nanny Pants. The only way that car is worth $500 is if there's $300 hookers sitting in the back of it.
Yeah.
What's that from? Do you guys know that one?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I was actually just heard it and I agreed with him. I'm like, yep. I can't. No, I don't know what that's from. What is that?
Yeah,
good job, D-Dog.
Doesn't sound familiar.
No, let's see here. 2505, we have REEEEOOOTCH. Happy birthday, dude. Happy birthday.
Who? I can't remember. I talked to him. I can't remember what voices he does. Rich, you gotta let us know. He did a couple of them that were pretty good.
He did a Winnie the Pooh one for us that was insanely good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, REEEEOOOTCH.
Happy birthday, dude. Let's see here. 2525, we have Splendid Daddy paying for MCAT because she, quote, don't do shit. It's true, but we still love her, right? It's not
entirely true. Like, she walks around sometimes.
Should go on like a little adventure here or there. Yep. Yeah. Let's see here. At 2555, we have Denver Robbins Creative. Thank you, man.
Denver. Thank you, D.
Also at 2555, we have Duke and Duchess of Worcestershire are are proud to serve as the Twilla County co-chapter presidents.
That's a big listen.
That's a big job right there.
They preside over a very large area. They've got Grantsville,
Saltaire.
They've got Saltaire.
Yeah.
They've got the lake. It's big, man.
That is a big area.
And currently, they're over Wendover, too.
And they've got the Benson Grist Mill.
Benson Grist Mill? They have Benson Grist Mill?
They preside over
49.
it.
Yep.
Man, Twilla is really haunted.
Yeah.
Let's see here. At $26 a month, we have C.K. Dexter Haven, a.k.a. the Derelict Scrum Master.
Yeah.
One day we'll find who shot JR. This is like the same mystery.
No,
we have no clue.
We'll find that out first because that was in the 70s.
I'm still learning. Yeah. At $28 a month, we have Steven, everyone's favorite Ross. Thank you, man.
Yeah, hey, Steven.
At 28,
you're my favorite.
At 2802, we have Dr. Gills Rails, who is now doing inside railings, which is pretty cool.
A couple of them.
I saw him on his Instagram.
Yeah, how did they look? They
look
good?
phenomenal, actually. Yeah, they look great.
Dude.
I know, right? At $30 a month, we have Angela Jensen. Thank you, Angela. I
wanted inside railing. And my Nagel guitar is taking all my money.
Yeah.
We're going to have to find another way, Dr. Gill.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Also at $30 a month, we have Nikki Larson. Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah, thank you, Nikki.
Along with the senior partner himself, Ryan Peterson.
Yep.
Dude.
Ryan Peterson.
This guy's
He's a Utah State man. He didn't go to either damn school.
Yeah, see? That's how you do it.
He's an Aggie. Whatever that is.
Also, what is an Aggie?
I don't know.
Is it an animal?
I don't know. Maybe the Holmgrens would know. They're from up there.
What an Aggie is?
I think it's short for I'm an agriculture. I'm an agriculture.
Okay.
I think that's what it might be.
As people are so mad at us. Also at $30 a month, we have stage 4 cancer survivor.
Wow.
Suck it, cancer.
Yes, suck it, cancer.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Suck it,
cancer. Yeah, hell yeah. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Also at $30 a month, we have This is Chandler, the Prince of Goblins. I'm listening.
Thank you, Chandler.
Dude.
Hey.
Thanks, man.
Oh, it's great.
I don't ever want him to change that. I know he will, but I love that one.
No, that's a special one, though.
Yep.
Yeah. At 30:30, we have Charles Chogany out in Switzerland. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, thanks, man.
By the way, if you were to go to a football match in Switzerland with only body paint on, you'd be arrested there, too.
Oh, no, they would totally let you in.
You think they would?
Oh, yeah.
No, I think they'd arrest you.
Chuck,
think? Let us know. Even in Switzerland.
They didn't fight the Nazis, so you never know. At $31 a month, we have Travis and Amanda. These two, they're just the cutest.
Hi, Travis and Amanda.
At $33.33, we have If I Didn't Have Puke Breath, I'd Kiss You.
Oh, I love that line. That's one of my
that one
favorites
from?
from Strange Brew.
Strange Brew. That's
I was thinking it was what's his name? Something to Lawrence Tully. What's Rick Moranis' name in Ghostbusters?
We just watched it.
Yeah, it's Tully.
It's something Tully.
I can't remember his first name though. Oh crap!
I want to say Vince Tully, but I'm thinking of
Lewis Tully.
Lewis Tully.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, man. Let's see here. At 35, we have Krista Proud, Navy mom Windsor. Her, I believe her son is getting out of the Navy now.
Is that what it is?
I think he did his 4 years, and he's moving on to other things.
I thought he had to do more than 4 years. Is it only 4 years?
It's only 4 years now, yeah.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Which is awesome, yeah. At 3608, we have Radio Ronin. When I tried it with butter, everything changed. That's from Ben Gunn.
Yeah.
Why does that sound familiar?
It sounds so familiar.
When I tried it with butter, everything changed. Oh, I thought he was talking about us. I would say, yeah, no, that's true.
It would fit with us.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 39.98. We have Jaron Cahoon out in Alabama. Thank you, man.
Can we look up the Ben Gunn thing yet? Has it been long enough?
I think it probably had. Panda, you should look that one up.
Natalie Croft gave us rules.
I know, 2 weeks, and now she doesn't have a quote. Natalie.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, Natalie.
And then wrapping us up here at $40 a month, we have Rebecca and Eric with Pop Culture Pumpkins. I get your orders in quick because it's it's Halloween time now.
Actually, yeah, Eric and Becky, let us know
if people can still submit orders.
Can you still submit orders to get them this Halloween?
They did a Tom Holland Spider-Man one the other day.
I saw.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
it
looks
cool.
really good. Yeah, it looked amazing.
By the way, like the day that this actually goes out amongst the people, I will have seen Bowling for Soup with Eric of Pop Culture Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going with Eric?
Oh, man, we're gonna go hang out. It's gonna be an awesome show.
Are you gonna hang with the band? Are you doing anything with the band after?
Well, it would be cool. I don't know if they're going to have time to stay because I think they're moving on to either Denver or somewhere next. So they might not quite have a lot of time to hang. But if they do, I mean, I'm definitely going to hang out with Chris because Chris is he's a stud.
Plus,
if he offers you $5, don't accept it.
No, because then you have to leave it there. You have to clip his toenails.
I will clip his toenails for $5. I'll do it, man.
You'll need a Dremel, dude. I'm
a little bit of a whore when it comes to money.
That's one of the things that's such a pain in the ass, trying to get these guys on the show. Like, we tried to get CC, Phil Collin, we tried to get Jared on the show. Here's the thing that's so hard about this is that they have to do it at certain times.
Right.
Yeah.
And we all have, well, Chandler does this full time, but Greg and I have day jobs, and we have to do it a certain way because of the way we record. So they have to be able to be at a laptop, and there's certain requirements that have to happen. And it's there will come a time, friends, when it's not this hard.
No.
Yeah.
It's why we don't do What's Happening Hot Stuff anymore, too.
Yeah.
Because in order to do this remote, the way we're doing it, it's changed. It's different.
Well, and just so you know, the new fancy tech company that we work with has been giving me some insight on some new things that we'll be able to do all this very soon. So
they're saying we can do it soon.
Yeah, with phone calls and all that fun stuff. So fingers crossed.
Which would be awesome.
Right, I know.
Because I would love to get some of these guests on the show.
Yeah, so one day we'll get it. Yeah.
Panda, you got to let us know how that show is. I'm jealous that you're going.
Dude. Yeah, I will totally do a review when we record next for Monday's show next week. Okay. I will do a full review.
Thank you, Panda. Thanks,
yes.
dude. So is that it? Are we done?
That's it? We did them all,
If you would like to be a Radio Ronin producer, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/Radio Ronin. And we have a bonus episode coming out. We have more bonus content coming your way soon. And who knows? Maybe treats, maybe goodies, maybe given out there on the Patreon page, just at random. You never know.
There you go.
So if you would like to become a producer, again, it's Patreon.com. Sorry, Patreon.com/Radio Ronin.
Nice.
Okay, so Chunga Poll. This last Chunga Poll that we did, I was afraid wasn't going to work, and it kind of worked.
Yeah, it worked well.
I mean, it was all right. It was okay. It kind of worked. Yeah. It didn't work as well as I thought it was going to work, though.
Yeah, I mean, we did have some good engagement with it, so I enjoyed reading it. In fact, it inspired me to go and listen to a lot of songs.
Oh, is that right? It did.
It did.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well, cool. Okay. Yeah. So I'll tell you what. Let's read a couple of these.
Okay.
And then we'll move on. We're doing a new Chunga Poll.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the Chunga Poll last week was your favorite song to sing in the car, which, mine was all over the place. So was Panda's. And so big shout out to Nikki Larson saying, I'm a total car concert performer.
Oh, nice.
So it's really everything, but off the top of my head, Paralyzer from Finger 11 always gets me going.
Oh, wow.
I haven't heard that song in
a long time.
It's a great song.
Finger
that's a
11.
fun one.
Yeah.
Do people know what Finger 11 is?
I mean, I do.
That's your pee-pee.
It's your wiener.
For those of you who don't know, Finger 11 means your pee-pee.
It's the best band name ever.
Yeah, and that's they had a lot of hit. Paralyzer. That's a good song.
I love that song.
It's a fun song. It's got a very disco vibe to it.
It does. It's kind of funky. Yeah, for sure.
John Morley, a man after my own heart, says anything by the Interrupters, they are rad, and I have to fully agree with that because the song I was listening to while waiting to join these gentlemen in the chat was actually an Interrupter song called Broken World.
Yeah, it was good too.
It's one of those songs that the lyrics are very beautiful.
Okay.
And you should go listen to that song. But
all right, very cool.
There you go.
I sing along with that one every time.
Let's see here. MCAT on Instagram says, I will literally sing to anything and everything, but the three that I can name off the top of my head are Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond.
No,
You can't do that.
Listen, you don't do shit. You can't sing that song.
I'll sing along with it without the bomb-bomb-bombs, though.
There is no singing that song.
Sweet Caroline. I'm not doing the bomb-bomb-bombs, though, on it.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a little too Boston Red Sox right there for me.
I don't know how that happened.
How it's a sports song now?
I remember.
It's because the horns in the song. Like, everybody does the horns part.
Is it just easy to sing? Is that why?
I think so.
I don't know. It's not a sports song at all.
No.
My dad had the 8-track.
I've dropped into that so many times, like at the peak when everyone's really drunk DJing.
You'll drop into Sweet Caroline?
And everyone goes nuts. Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I haven't seen those shows.
It's great.
I would have been mad.
MCAT also says Lose It by Eminem and Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Oh, yeah.
She goes, bonus points. I will air drum the solo to the section In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins every single time, no matter where I'm at. If I'm running, driving, or I'm in the grocery store.
And then you could go, bum, 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 which is different than bum, bum, bum.
There's a trend here.
Well, and does she air drum it like Mike Tyson does in The Hangover?
Yes.
And then you just have to randomly punch someone after
Perfect.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
One
Angela
more.
woman says one night in Bangkok.
Oh, yeah.
Which, that one I sing along with every time as well.
From the musical Chess.
Yep.
That's a great pick, yeah.
That's a great tune, actually. Huh. Murray Head. Is the person that's saying.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so that's your Chunga Poll. We got some good shout outs.
It was actually, we had a ton more on there, yeah.
Okay, so I want to say Mindy Downing.
Yeah.
Good job, Mindy Downing. So she gave us an idea that was so good. We said, okay, let's reset the clock. We need to do this anyway. Let's do Chunga Poll shout outs and a Chunga Poll so we don't lose this. Because it's going to, everybody's already commenting on her thing.
Like, no,
she said, hey, Chunga, this is your next Chunga Poll. And I saw it and went, oh, yeah. Yeah, it absolutely is. This is an awesome Chunga Poll. We've never done it before, and I'm so excited. Halloween Chunga Poll. You ready, Panda? You ready for this?
Oh, dude, I am so ready.
The Chunga Poll that she gave us is this. Which horror movie location would you prefer to spend the night in? And you can't say none. You can't go and do the Chunga Poll and say none. That's not fun. That's not the Chunga Poll.
Yeah,
that's
that doesn't work.
You're not
boring.
allowed.
You don't want to be boring on this show.
I know what's going to happen is somebody's going to come in and they're going to see which horror movie location would I spend the night in. And then they're going to think that they're clever because they're going to say none. You're not clever. You're making me mad.
You're making me mad?
You can't do that.
Okay.
So here's what you do. You have to choose a famous horror movie location. Which one of them would you feel like you would survive the best in? I mean, that's basically what you're saying. If you had no choice, you have to spend the night in a horror movie location. Which one is it going to be?
Is it only one night? Just one night only?
Yeah, just one night only.
Okay.
Is it going to be at Camp Crystal Lake, where Jason Voorhees runs around in the forest?
Yeah.
Is it going to be... at Sydney's house in Scream?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like Haddonfield, Illinois, would that be an answer?
Haddonfield would definitely
be a great one.
Yeah, Haddonfield, Illinois would be a great one.
Timberline Lodge from The Shining.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Overlook Hotel.
Yeah.
The Overlook Hotel. Okay, so that's Timberline Lodge. What is that? What is that? That's the one in Oregon, right?
Of the that's the name of the lodge in The Shining, but it's at the Stanley Hotel. That's where they filmed it, was the Stanley Hotel. Okay,
so wait, now I'm confused.
Isn't it the Overlook Hotel?
The Overlook Hotel.
Oh, the Overlook. Yeah, I
think the Timberline Lodge is in Oregon, and that's the hotel that they used for the exteriors for The Shining.
That's correct.
Oh, yes, it is.
Is that right?
That is right. Yeah.
Did I get that right?
You got that right. Yep.
Because
Do you know why? Do you know why you got that right?
Why?
Because I researched it. Because the Overlook Hotel was going to be my vote, and Panda just stole it. That was going to be my vote.
So the Overlook Hotel would be your vote, Chandler.
You only have to do one night. Do you know what I mean? And so it's like, with Jack, like he went nuts over, how long was he up there? Like 3-4 months?
Well, yeah, but they say
he was there for a while.
Yeah, he was there for a while.
He never left.
Right.
I don't really know how that worked in King's mind. I've heard from some people that kind of analyze the book and the movies that he was already nuts before he went up there.
You can there's a couple little hints that he
had been there before and didn't remember it, sort of thing.
Yeah. I thought the same thing, but if I have one night, I think I could probably make it through. I want to go through the big maze outside. Okay. Just for the hell of it. If you've got one night and then I want to find a big wheel or some sort of, wheeled vehicle
like Danny?
To go through how cool that would be for one night alone, and then just grab a bunch of tennis balls and just throw them at stuff.
Okay.
Best night ever.
Danny Torrance. You want to be like little Danny Torrance cruising around.
How cool that would be? That would be so rad.
So I stayed at the Yellowstone Lodge. This is not the Old Faithful Hotel.
Okay.
They have a hotel in Yellowstone. It's right on Yellowstone Lake called I think it's the Yellowstone Hotel, but it might be called the Yellowstone Lodge.
Okay.
And it is very much like the Shining Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very much freaked me out staying there. Really
cool.
crazy. Okay, so you're both saying, both Panda and Chandler are saying
that's actually
Overlook?
Not my pick.
Oh, that's not your pick.
Okay.
No, that was just a suggestion for people because, I'd written down a few different locations that people could probably, you could go, just go on the internet and do a search like locations from famous horror movies and you can find your pick. But mine would actually be the lighthouse from The Fog.
Oh, dude. Okay, John Carpenter's The Fog is one of the most underrated horror movies. I love this movie. It creeped me out so
underrated.
bad. Yeah. The 70s version, though, not the remake, the 70s version.
Yeah, the original version, the remake's terrible. Let's just forget that ever happened.
Chandler, you need to watch it. I need to watch it.
I've never seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
With a young Jamie Lee Curtis in that movie as well.
And Adrienne Barbeau, dude.
Adrienne Barbeau.
Yeah.
Was this before Halloween then for John Carpenter?
No. It was actually, Greg, it wasn't it the next year? Wasn't it 78 or 79 that he did The Fog? I think it was Halloween that got him. There. I think that it was the popularity of Halloween that got him The Fog.
Oh, okay.
Is what I think it was. Anyway,
we have to watch
The
that.
Lighthouse from The Fog.
Great movie, because one reason why I would choose that location, if you don't answer the damn door after the 3 knocks, you're not going to die.
Why you got to ruin the movie?
Spoilers,
like that,
man.
Right?
You just don't answer the door. Well, I mean, come on, a movie from like the late 70s. If I'm spoiling that, then okay.
It's kind of like the Vivint salesman. You know, they come to your house, they knock 3 times. You do an army crawl across the floor because you don't want them to be able to tell that you're home.
You can see the ill-fitting polo.
You see the ill-fitting polo and the little lanyard ID. Oh, it's the Vivint people! And you start crawling across the floor. Right. That's what The Fog is like.
Okay. Well, I have to watch it now.
Then move on.
What about you?
Okay, so Chandler says the Overlook Hotel from The Shining. You say the Lighthouse from The Fog.
Hey, and then I could hang out with Adrienne Barbeau in that lighthouse. Hey, ha-cha-cha-cha.
Hey-o.
Yeah, that's she was a dish back in the 70s, wasn't she? Adrienne Barbeau, boy. Okay. I have some experience of being in a horror movie with Mike Myers.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So Haddonfield, Illinois was actually Utah for 3 of those films.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was not Illinois. The first film was actually Pasadena, California, and Hollywood.
It's like right off the strip.
Right off the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
People don't know that if you go right off the Sunset Strip, it's actually very suburban, and you would never know the Sunset Strip is like a block away. So having been in a location where Mike Myers is wandering around, I don't know that I could do that. I don't know that would be my choice, because even on a set, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably go with. Wow. I've never stumped.
This is hard.
I am never stumped. I would go with the Amityville house.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's what I would go with.
Really?
No, I'm totally lying. I wouldn't be caught dead there.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's like
we've
so
experienced
scary.
stuff like that.
The Conjuring house, no.
Yeah, there's no way.
The Amityville house, no. Boy, where would I go?
Yeah, I could see you in here's one thing. I could see you in Dracula's castle. Throw on a fancy robe and just
like in Transylvania.
Yeah, and just wander the halls alone.
I would want to go in the asylum in the House on Haunted Hill.
Oh, good pick.
I could make it through.
Okay.
I could make it through the night there.
Yeah,
I could make it through the night in the asylum at the House on Haunted Hill, because I would just run really fast.
Which House on Haunted Hill version though? The original?
Yeah, this does matter.
Or the remake from the 90s?
The original, there was a gigantic pit of acid that you could fall into and die. And then you turn into a plastic skeleton. So I would go with the second one, because I know if it got really bad, Ghost Chris Kattan would just let me out.
Yeah, at some point you just raise the door for you.
Just raise the door and let me out. Right. That's my answer, because Ghost Chris Kattan would save me in the House on Haunted Hill.
That's such a good answer.
My runner-up would probably be Elm Street.
Because that'd be cool.
Okay.
I would pick Elm Street because I know I could stay awake for 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
It would be
you do it all the time.
But I do it all the time. Actually, I'm changing my vote. I would pick Elm Street.
Oh, okay.
Because I know I wouldn't fall asleep. I would be the safest on Elm Street.
I'm honestly surprised. I thought you'd say the Mall from Dawn of the Dead, because that was going to be one of my runners up.
Oh, the Mall from Dawn of the Dead.
That was number 2 choice for me, because
that would have been a great option.
You got a bunch of golf clubs and bats and stuff like that, and you just go to town on some zombies for
I don't know if I could stay at the farmhouse in Night of the Living Dead though, because I would have killed both those dudes.
Oh, Yeah, the Italian-looking dude.
And the Goomba down in the basement.
The Goomba? Yes, exactly.
Well, and Chandler, I got to say, for your runner-up, is it the original Dawn of the Dead or the remake, which the remake's just badass?
It's actually the remake for me. I love the remake.
Rames.
Yeah, that one's amazing.
That's a good show.
I know. We have to watch that one.
So that's your Chunga poll.
Cool.
As we are, we're moving deeper and deeper and getting closer to the official start of the Halloween season. Of course, it started for us.
Oh yeah.
So which, if you had to, if you absolutely had to, which horror movie location would you choose to stay in for a full day?
Oh man.
Okay,
I've got so many that I can think of.
It's Elm Street. I would say Elm Street. Chandler says the Overlook Hotel from The Shining, and you'd stay in the Lighthouse from The Fog.
Yep.
Greg.
Nice.
I would.
Very good.
All different choices, yeah.
Let us know. Use your best creativity. Let us know. Go to the Radio Ronin Fan Facebook group or the Radio Ronin Facebook page to let us know what you would think. You can also go to our individual social media profiles or Instagram as well.
Or let us know on YouTube, because we're on YouTube now. So you can comment below on the YouTube channel. Hey,
yeah, you can also comment on the YouTube channel. Thanks for reminding me, Chandler.
Yeah, super easy.
Yeah.
Wow, I screwed that up.
That's all right.
Well, and thanks again, Mindy Downing, for that suggestion, because that was
amazing.
Great.
So much fun.
Yeah, it's kind of a perfect thing.
Yeah.
I saw that went. Yeah, that's a done deal.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
I drove past a place here in Vegas, and they were tearing down a movie theater. And it was a newer movie theater that was being torn down. In fact, I think it was like a Regal. It was a Regal.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's what. Why you're nodding your head? Why you're nodding your head?
Regal, the company that owns Regal out of England, just went bankrupt.
Is that right?
Yeah, because of COVID. And so basically, they're going through, and I think they had like one or two Regals in Utah, but they're all over in Vegas. Yep. And so they filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and they went through, and they're just clearing house now because not a lot of people are going to the movies, which is crazy. So AMC's still hanging in there, which is, I believe, the company that Regal is underneath is number 2 of all like the big movie theaters in the world.
Oh, is that right?
And AMC's number 1. So
the
number 2 biggest movie theater chain
just went under.
That says a lot right there. Yeah.
Panda, are you going to movies anymore? I guess you are. You're probably the exception, not the norm.
I mean, I'm still trying to hang in there with the with going to the theater, because I do enjoy that theater experience, because you're experiencing it with a bunch of other people. But the last movie I saw in the theater, honestly, was probably Top Gun Maverick.
Okay, that is it's a new movie. It's a current movie. It's, I think, 1912 or 1913 or whatever that movie is. The World War I movie.
1911?
I think it was
1913?
I can't remember.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, an amazing movie.
It's a World War I movie. It's really, really good. I think that was the last movie. That may be the last movie I've ever seen in a theater.
I think the last one I saw was John Wick 3.
Oh, actually,
it's been a minute.
John Wick 3. Did we see that one before or after the 19? Because you and I went together to both of them.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. It's been several years, way before the pandemic. Yeah,
I just don't do it. People are, and this is what I'm asking. So, Top Gun, Greg, that was just a couple of weeks ago. But that's really the only movie that's really come out in the theaters lately, right?
Well, and that was actually more than just a couple weeks ago. That was like a couple months ago.
Is that right?
That I saw it, yeah. I mean,
gosh.
and here's the sad state of the theaters right now is within like the top 3 movies of like the past week, Top Gun Maverick, even though it's been released on VOD now, is still like in the top 3 or 4 of the theater, the box office. Yeah.
What's the number 1 in the theater right now? Do you know?
I just pulled it up here. It's actually a movie called Barbarian, which I've never heard of.
What's Barbarian?
I have no idea, because a lot of these newer movies, I'm not really seeing much about. Yeah.
Apparently it's like an Airbnb kind of like thriller thing. Like someone's watching you from an Airbnb. I'm just pulling it up for the first time here.
Weird. Okay.
Number 2 is Bullet Train, which is that.
I actually do want to see that one. Yeah,
I've heard reviews.
But nobody's really talking about it.
It's alright.
The reviews I've heard is that it's fantastic, but people, I mean, nobody's really talking about it.
Number 3 is Top Gun Maverick. Number 4 is The Invitation. And then a couple other movies down here is like Beast, which is like, I think it's, what's his name?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba being chased by a lion. That's the entire movie.
Doesn't
it's just
great.
weird. It's weird times for movies. It really
is.
This is my question, and it's not really a Chunga Poll thing, but I want to know if you're hearing this. Just let us know. Just go to the comments of the episode or whatever, and let us know if you're still going to the theater.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of curious how many people are still going to the movie theater. I'm guessing it's next to no one. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen a lot of posts from the Ronin fam saying, and this is something I actually kind of think is cool, is they're re-releasing a lot of these kind of older classics in IMAX. So like Jaws was re-released in IMAX, and people are saying that like crazy. Rogue One was re-released, and now they're taking like Lord of the Rings, the new TV show, and showing the first 2 episodes in IMAX in theaters. So now they're taking TV shows and putting it in theaters so that you can get the big screen experience just to get people in the door because no one's showing up.
Yeah, I mean, and they've always kind of done the re-releasing. Like I've gone to see Ghostbusters a few times on re-release.
See, that'd be cool.
In a theater. Yeah, like seeing a lot of these classics like that is always fun. I mean, and anytime they re-release White Christmas in the theater, I'm always there.
Maybe that is the new future for movie theaters. It's kind of a retro kind of novelty experience like vinyl.
Yeah.
Or going to the drive-in where you want to go to the drive-in and see The Blob. You know what I mean? You don't want to go see a first-run movie at the drive-in anymore. You just want to stream that. But you would definitely go to a drive-in movie to watch Grease.
Or Jaws, like you said.
Or Jaws or something like that. Maybe that's... I'm just kind of curious. Everybody let us know. Are you still going to see movies in the movie theater? I don't see people on social media doing that, really.
No.
And I think it's too bad. And I say it's too bad at the same. It's like my duality over the boobies at the U of U game. It's kind of like, because I think it's really sad, but I don't like going to the movie theater because people don't behave well. They talk, they rustle their candy, they kick your seat,
they eat a stinky chili dog next to you.
They've got some sort of Philly steak and Swiss, and they're sitting right next to you. And you sit down and you're like, I'm going to eat the hell out of this steak and Swiss. And you don't even know what's like. You don't even care that people are next to you.
I think the Tongan family that was drying their socks in front of us during the Star Wars premiere. I think that ruined it for you and I. We're like,
that was
okay, we're good.
Done.
Yeah,
I don't really go since then.
Yeah. Or you get some weird old guy who sits next to you and just farts throughout the whole movie.
Greg,
does that happen?
Is that you?
No, I'm the guy sitting next to the old guy who keeps farting during the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I went to see a movie that for some reason I had a screening pass, and I was there in the screening section, and this old guy sits right next to me. There's plenty of seats around, but he has to sit right next to me. And he continually farts during the movie.
Wow. Wowie.
Yeah. Someone hired that man.
I got it.
That's the only way.
Or he was just like, I ate the hell out of that Philly steak and Swiss, and now
they gotta let everyone
dogs,
know,
man. Those chili dogs.
I'm just kind of curious if people are going to movies.
Yeah,
that's all. Just because I saw that, I drove by, and it kind of reminded me of an old album that you'll appreciate. This, Greg. Okay. It reminded me of an old album. We could do a whole show on album art. I'm sure we could.
Oh yeah.
But there was an album that I used to love. I used to love looking at the album art for it, and it was Styx Paradise Theater.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
On the front of the album was the theater in its heyday, and then when you turn the album over, the theater is run down and abandoned.
Oh, cool.
And it was fun for me. I was just fascinated as a little kid. I'd look at it with the spotlights and everybody showing up at the theater, and then you'd flip it over and you can see the seats inside the broken glass windows. It's just a haunting picture, right?
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about that album cover ever since I was driving around the other day and saw the Regal Theater being torn down. And it kind of made me wonder, are people still going to the movies at all? It makes me sad, although I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Elvis came out, and we're like, we'll wait till it hops on HBO in like 2 or 3 weeks. And same with Top Gun.
I'll just wait for it to come out on VOD.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is kind of sad when you see certain classic theaters where they're either being torn down or they're transitioning into something else. Because now, Chunga, you and I, we both loved this theater that ended up getting turned into a rug store.
Yeah, the Villa.
Yeah, a rug store.
The Villa. Yeah,
the Villa was
a 70 millimeter film. Screen.
Oh, really?
Gorgeous theater. Like the way this theater was designed had that just classic theater feel.
See, and I've had an idea. I've always wanted to open a movie theater that it only shows black and white films and there's a dress code. That's like a little business idea in my head where it's like, how fun that would be to like get like a bunch of millennials and be like, hey, you have to dress up now to go outside.
Well, at one point, that's because
how it was, wasn't it, back in the day?
Yeah. So that's what you would do. It would be a whole event.
Right.
And speaking of the villa, that was like one of my bucket list things was to buy the villa and turn it into exactly what you're saying, Jenna, which is like a dinner. You would buy some buildings around the villa.
Okay.
And you would have dinner as part of the package, not in the villa, but you would have your dinner and then you would walk to the villa and you would sit down in like high back leather chairs and enjoy a classic movie.
Yeah. They would have to be black and white for me.
It would have to be black and white.
If I was running it, it would have to be like Casablanca or like everything would have to be black and white.
Okay. The thing that's interesting about the Villa Theater, though, it's tragic.
Yeah.
But the guy who bought the villa, he bought it and turned it into a rug store. He's a very rich doctor, and he turned it into a rug store because he didn't want the villa to be torn down.
Oh, so he's trying to preserve it then.
He tried to preserve it. He bought it to preserve it with the hope that one day somebody could actually do that.
Oh, wow.
So, but the thing is, I think he makes bank there. So I don't think he's ever going to sell the villa now.
He's like, no.
No, that's it. Yeah, it's too bad. Okay, anyway, I'm just kind of curious about that. So moving on quickly, we have Gregg's Halloween movie shout out, his second one.
Oh, I can't
Coming
wait.
Coming up here in a couple of seconds. But first, let's say thank you to our goblins again, our mighty goblins. $50 a month. These guys are the tip of the spear.
Woo!
They're the Delta Force of our Patreon family.
Oh, there we go.
They're the SEAL team. What is it? Six? They're the SEAL team. They're Navy SEAls.
Yes.
Of our fair Patreon family. Every one of these sexy people are $50 a month. So thank you. Of course. I feel like I'm a lesser person if I don't say thanks.
Oh yeah,
every single show. We are truly, truly grateful.
Well, and it's hard because like
you do this.
All we want to do is say thanks, and I feel like thanks isn't enough. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like thanks.
It probably sounds.
Thank you.
It probably sounds. It probably gets kind of annoying, but we really are that grateful. Really grateful that you support the show the way that you do. Thank you, Angel. Thank you very, very much. Everybody, $50 a month till I say otherwise. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Ben Booth, the Badger Man, and Brian Booth. I'm a naughty big man. Daybreak Aesthetics, they're on the mean streaks of Daybreak.
Yeah.
I said mean streaks. Mean streets of Daybreak. Thank you, Daybreak Aesthetics. Don't feel guilty. My work gives me free meals every month. That's Amy B.
Hey.
I still feel kind of guilty.
Yeah.
When she gets free, you get free meals at your work?
You need to buy her an angel dog. Buy her an angel dog.
I'm buying you an angel dog.
There we go.
Gina and Janae Green. Ladies.
Ha-cha-cha-cha.
Yeah. Her Royal Highness, Miss Jessica Terry. Thank you, Jessica Terry. Jody College, one of our newer goblins. Thank you. I hope you're planning on coming to the Goblin Ghost Hunt there, Jody. Short and sweet. That's Jill and Nicolette. Onion. I tried to say onion.
And you burped?
And it smelled kind of like onions. Let's see here. That's Jill and Nicolette. I love you guys. Skylar, it was really nice to see you, my friend. You and Viv and your friends.
Oh, so much fun.
It was really cool, and it looks like you just kicked the hell out of this town.
He did so much. I want to find out how he did the Tournament of Kings, which is
we have yet to do that.
Yeah, they just opened it back up. It's been closed since the pandemic.
No.
Yeah, they opened it. I think like 2 months ago is all.
Really?
Yeah, it's brand new again.
Oh wow.
We get some mead and a wench. It's awesome.
Mead and a wench, Greg.
Yeah.
Mead and a wench. Taylor Casper. Thank you, Taylor Casper.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, friend.
Thanks.
Sydney, Queen of Bash. She was missed.
Yeah.
During the Ronin invasion, her, Rory, Gwen, Trey, they were all missed, not coming down here.
She's like, I'm not a metalhead.
I'm not a metalhead. I am not coming down. Don't you dare shame me. And... okay.
Yeah,
so let's see. Ben Pearson of Pearson Remodeling. We finish basements.
Yeah, they do.
Our first, by the way, our first super goblin was Cindy Queen of Bash at 5001.
There we go.
5001. Ben Pearson was our second one at $51 a month. Thank you, Ben, and your awesome family. Marta Lords at $51.11 per month. I'm your boyfriend now, Marta.
Oh, is that
Freddy Krueger?
Freddy, yeah.
It's Freddy Krueger.
That's sick. That was a good one.
Dude, that was awesome.
Oh, cha-cha-cha. I'm sorry, Marta. I'm sorry. I don't know if you're a Freddy Krueger fan or
Don't be
not.
sorry on that one. That was
pretty
awesome.
good, huh?
That was pretty good, yeah.
Thank you. Taking some bows. Thank you. Okay, captain of the Unified Fire Department. That's Lane Hilton, the American badass.
Yeah.
Captain Lane Hilton.
Thank
at
you.
5150. Hey, Lane. Matthew at 52.25 a month. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Lord and Lady Snarfingham, feeling ashamed for missing the Ronin invasion. Well, here's the thing that I do not get, my friends. I noticed that Lord and Lady Snarfingham were posting pictures from Las Vegas today.
Did they go back?
This is the Ronin invasion has been over for 2 days, and now they're back.
Oh, and they were there before the Ronin invasion.
They could have come down. They live in St. George. It's like 2 hours away.
That's a quick hop over. Yeah,
you could have been right here. It was easy.
Shame.
Next time I'm in Vegas, they better be coming down to hang with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love to hang with those guys for a little bit.
That would be awesome.
Lord and Lady Snarfingham. Shannon West, Saint Shannon West to you. That's $55 a month. Thank you, Shannon. It was awesome to hang out with you the other night.
Having some nachos.
Natalie Croft, 5701. Thank you, Natalie Croft.
Is there a quote?
There is a quote.
Bring the quotes back, Natalie.
I have to message her. It's like she is the queen of the quotes, and she's not doing it.
Oh, I feel bad now.
Yeah, you ruined it. I blame you.
It wasn't me.
So we noticed with Ian and Angela.
Yes.
It's an awesome podcast here on the Ronin Network.
Yeah.
Gets a little spicy. It's just the right amount of spicy,
or a lot of spicy. Yeah.
I'm loving their podcast.
It's awesome. I love them both. They're great friends and very, very good hosts. Quite frankly. I mean, they're just really good at what they do. Ken Kruger, speaking of people who are really good at what they do.
Yeah.
He's just good at looking good.
And good at everything.
There's nothing. Ken, what do you suck at?
He plays guitar.
Is there anything that you're just terrible at?
He rides motorcycles. He's an awesome dad. He's an awesome dog dad.
Well, that dog's kind of dumb. Let's be honest.
That dog is kind of dumb, but we love the dog.
We love the dog. So, Ken, what do you suck at? I would really like to know what you're not good at. At $57.77 a month. King Richard of Utah County. King Rich. That's Rich Drew. His awesome family. Thanks. Phil, favorite quench it on the menu drink is Phil, favorite quench it on the menu drink key lime pie. It's Todd Mountain Dew. It's got, I don't know. I think here's a typo.
Oh no!
He likes the key lime pie. It's got Mountain Dew and cream. It's Phil Johnson.
Oh, so it's creamy. It's one of the creamy ones.
It's one of the creamy drinks there. Quench it.
I mean, the typo came in when he forgot to spell the butterscotch panda at Quench It.
Oh, is that what that is? Because
that's the typo right there.
Is that what it is?
Greg's jealous. Yeah.
Phil, I got a shirt for you, by the way, dude.
Yeah.
I got a Radio Ronin Patreon shirt for you.
Yeah, they're on the way.
So you know they're on the way.
Yep.
Okay, so let me see here. Dr. Steve McKiff of McKiff Dental. I'll give you $1 million. $1 million if you don't speak for a month.
Oh crap.
I'll eat your face. The other line is I'll eat your face.
Which movie's that one from, though?
I'll give you $1 million. $1 million if you don't speak for a month.
That's Ocean's 13. Is it the Mormon twins?
It's Ocean's 12.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't 13.
Oh, wait.
I think it's 13.
No, which one is the one where... No, it's Ocean's 12. It's Ocean's 12 because remember Tallur is sneaking around on the roof outside. It's Ocean's 12.
Is it? Oh, man.
Yeah, because they had $1 million at that point. They didn't in Ocean's 11.
Oh, that's a good point.
Okay, Chris the Brit and Bren, who once saw Ringo Starr, at least I think it was Ringo. It could have been that guy from Fiddler on the Roof. I thought she was being funny. That's actually a movie quote.
I'm impressed. I have to give it to him. Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Yes. Poltergeisty, that's, by the way, I'm sucking at the numbers. So Phil is $60 a month. Dr. Steve McKiff is $60.07. Thank you, sir. Chris and Bren, $62.22 per month.
There we go.
There you go. Chris is coming back soon, I hope.
He should be back home by the
time this airs.
He should be back home.
Assuming he can get through immigration and assuming
USA
he doesn't get stuck in Orlando with bad weather.
USA.
I'm back in the USA. Poltergeisty the Legend is $65 a month. That's Guy Stones. Guy Stones, thank you very much for being the man you are. Thanks. Say hey to your family for us, will you? Greg West is at $70.50. Thank you, Greg. Thank you very much, sir. I saw what I saw. I saw what I saw at $80 a month.
Panda.
Such a great quote.
It's
such a great movie.
See, that would be one of the movies I would show in my black and white dress-up theater.
That's what.
See what I mean? How cool that would be?
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Entree's mom at accentdoors.co, official sponsor of the 5 days a week of Ronin campaign, $100 a month. Accentdoors.co. I saw some today and they were badass. Can I just tell you? Can I say that about somebody who's sponsoring the show?
I mean,
can I say the ASS word?
I think so.
They were amazing. These doors were so sexy. Go to accentdoors.co.
Yeah,
If you're remodeling your house and you don't go to accentdoors.co, it's to your own peril.
Are they Chunga approved? Like Get Part approved?
Accentdoors.co, Chunga approved. You don't even have to give me $400 like Bill Gephardt mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it.
Okay, John at Radio Ronin, it's a bomb.com, real website. Thank you, John Kennedy, our dear friend John Kennedy, $100 a month. DGH, that's Denise Godzilla Hunsaker. You tell him and I will smack you. I will smack you like a bad donkey, okay? Did we find out what that is?
It is the Muppets, because I ended up Googling it at this point. I just don't know which Muppets. I can't remember, because I'm not super familiar with Muppets.
I'm almost thinking it might be Muppets from Space.
It could be. Yeah, I'll show you the clips. You'll know.
Rizzo, because I think that's one of the last Rizzo Muppet movies.
So what happened to Rizzo? So they have Gonzo, and the guy who plays Rizzo the Rat, who was hilarious, he had a falling out with the Muppets, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah, because he was also doing the voice of Kermit at the time.
And he actually did a good voice of Kermit.
Yeah, and then they decided to go elsewhere with the voice of Kermit, and he said, well, then I'm taking my character of Rizzo, and we are leaving.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. I could do a better Kermit than the guy doing it now.
Yeah,
it's just terrible.
He's terrible.
Okay, I cut them all. I cut them all.
Here we go.
I feel like I'm doing like a bad car stereo commercial that runs late at night. Come get your car stereos. I cut them all. Malvern, memory.
He got me last show. He got Gregg the show before.
Mammy roll. Maytag. Mietta. Panarone. Passendale. Pecronio. Pecronio. Pecorino.
Is that Pinocchio's long lost brother?
It's Pecorino. Sailors, Samso and Scammore is Adam. This isn't funny, man. That's not cool.
He's just goofing. He's new cheese goofing.
I'm just weird cheese goofing. It's $110. He's got my brain so fried I can't even say the number. $110.77. $110.77 a month. Just a girl, Jean, my dear friend Jean Marie Hutchinson, who is as amazing as the day is long.
Yeah,
her and her awesome family. Just a girl, Jean, $111.11 a month. Thank you, Jean Marie Hutchinson. We love you very, very much. Speaking of people we love very, very much, he's a guy who loves every person that he walks into a room and sees, but don't think for a second he couldn't kill all of you. That's the Marine, Darren Phillips. Semper Fi, my friend. Semper Fi. Thanks for being the man that you are, making the world a better place. Speaking of which, he was confused by Vegas. I don't know that he'll be back. Stephen Spank Murray. Spank's in here, Red Rock Heating and Cooling. He's in our video.
He is in our video.
If you want to see Spank, I have never seen Spank with a big beard. See, that was my first time seeing Spank with a beard.
I think I've only ever known Spank with a beard. It's a good look on him. He can pull it off.
You like him with the neck beard?
I haven't seen anything different. That's the only Spank I know.
No, you know him without a beard. You saw him at Disneyland.
He had a beard. He had a beard back then.
No, he had no beard.
I swear he did.
He had to say him and his awesome wife, and Dean, and look, everybody that came to that thing at Sicky's. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, that was so fun.
But thank you too. Thank you very much to Spank. He was driving like a maniac trying to get there in time to see us, and he did.
Vegas has hit a new low, and he was mad.
He was mad about the toy on the billboard. Let's see here. Keep it rolling, you glorious bastards. At $3.50 a month. That's anonymous.
Hey-o.
Thank you very much, anonymous.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support, my amazing friend anonymous. We love you very, very much.
You know who you are. Thank you.
You know who you are, and frankly, a lot of the Patreon people know who you are. but you keep your identity well hidden amongst the flock. I'll put it that way.
All right.
Evil Twin, the Queen of Quench. Happy birthday to my friend, your friend, and somebody who is clutch when it comes to supporting this show. Thank you, Angela.
Happy birthday, Angela! Thank you.
Happy birthday, Angela. She's a good Ute fan. You know,
She
it was
is a good Ute fan.
Angela that really made me a Ute fan. Can I tell you? She was the one that really kind of brought me into the Utes and got me to actually care about what happens between these two schools.
Yeah. She doesn't write.
So, and then I immediately rooted for the Cougs the next season.
She's your evil twin. Yeah,
I have to be an equal opportunity supporter and an equal opportunity offender, or the show just isn't going to run right.
Right. It's just the yin and yang of your relationship with her.
It's the yin and yang of our pretty great state. That's what it is. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, that was it. We're done.
That's it, yeah.
If you would like to be a goblin, it's really easy. You just go to patreon.com/Radio Ronin and get yourself signed up.
All the ghosts and details are available on Patreon.
If you're a Goblin Ghost Hunt, if you're a Goblin, you'll be able to see all of that stuff available to you there.
Yeah.
Goblin Ghost Hunt coming up soon. I'm really excited about it. All right, now, last, certainly not least, it is time for Gregg's Halloween movie shout out. He's shining a light under his face right now. He's trying to look all scary.
Ooh, he's kind of looking around the campfire, young ones.
Yes, I love it.
I have a spooky story to tell.
Do you have a scary movie for this Halloween, for this particular review?
Well, that's actually a good question. Now, this one's a good horror flick, but the story of it is actually pretty dumb. But the kills are so awesome in this.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
All right, so this episode's Panda's Halloween movie shout out comes from 2009. Has really nothing to do with Halloween, but a different holiday. It's called My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, My Bloody Valentine.
Now, I've
seen this.
Yeah, this is the 2009 remake from the original 1981 version, which go check that one out as well. But the 2009 remake, like I said, the story is really stupid and dumb.
It's actually worse than the 81, and that's really tough to do. Yeah.
The story is awful, but the kills in this movie are so over the top that they it goes all the way around and just becomes funny and
it's like an itchy and scratchy cartoon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Let me just say this: shovel through the face.
Shovel.
That's all you need.
Oh yeah.
Is shovel through the face, and that's all you need to know.
Is that your favorite kill? Is the shovel through the face?
One of them. There's several good ones throughout this movie. Now the premise of the movie is Tom returns to his hometown on the 10th anniversary of the Valentine's Night Massacre that claimed the lives of 22 people. Instead of a homecoming, Tom finds himself suspected of committing the murders, and it seems his old flame is the only one who believes him. Like I said, the story's pretty dumb. It really is. It's just,
I tried to feign like some level of interest there.
Okay.
Now, this movie, it stars Jensen Ackles for those who are fans of Supernatural.
Yeah.
Pretty big name.
You're going to dig
he
it
was a big name
him.
in 2007. 2007 Supernatural was doing really well.
Exactly.
And so this was his breakout role.
Yeah. And what's great about this movie, too, is you do have a horror movie icon in this in Tom Atkins, who he's very much a character actor where he's been in The Fog, he's been in Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Night of the Creeps, he's been in the original Creep Show. Oh, wow. So the guy is like a legend when it comes to horror movies.
Yeah.
And then you've also got Kevin Tighe, who always plays a villain in every movie. He was the villain in Roadhouse. He was the villain in Newsies and several other movies. Because he's just got one of those faces.
How do you rate when you're the villain in Newsies?
He's a bad guy.
He was a damn good villain in Newsies. I
he was actually.
Yes, he was. Absolutely. Okay, well, that's good. Where can you watch this one?
All right, so if you have a subscription with Stars, you can watch it there. or you can watch it for free on Vudu. You just have to watch it with ads, but you can watch it for free.
Right. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind. I really don't. I don't mind that as much as some people do.
Well, yeah, I mean, and watching it with the ads on there, you get like 2 ads compared to 8 ads on regular TV.
Right.
So
I just use that as a break to go get more Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way to go.
By the way, did you hear me scratching my man boob there? I had an itch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Scratch it harder.
Excellent job, Greg. Yeah. Whoa. That was a good pick, Panda. Good job.
That's a fun one.
That was a great movie.
I'll have to watch it.
All right, friends, that's the show for your Thursday. Thanks for being here. We hope you have a great weekend, and thanks again to all of you who came down to Vegas for the Ronin invasion. I can't wait to do that again. Still tired, actually.
I know, I am too.
All right, everybody. We will see you on the next one. Bye.